Problem number 4 is asking us, it's actually giving us a problem and a solution. It's asking us to analyze the solution. So, the question is given here, and then a manufacturer considers his production process to be out of control and defects exceed 3%. In a random sample of 85 items, the defect rate is 5.9%, but the manager claims that there's only a sample fluctuation, and production is really not really out of control. So at 0.01 level of significance, test the manager's claim. The result comes out to be that you fail to reject the null hypothesis. There is not sufficient evidence to support the manager's claim that the production process is not out of control. So it seems like it's out of control. So without performing the hypothesis test, what is your test statistic that you would need to use? So part of the steps that you'll need to take when you're doing these problems in the exam is to figure out what your problem is asking for. In this case, testing the manager's claim, and the manager's claim that the sample fluctuation is not really out of control. It's talking about a proportion exceeding 3%. And so this has to be a proportion parameter that we're studying. So it's a proportion, and the test statistic for a proportion requires a z-value or a z-distribution. So here is the formula that you would need to use for this problem. What type of error would you get? Since the result said fail to reject the null hypothesis, we're at a type 2 error. And that's when you fail to reject the null hypothesis, when we actually should have rejected it. Given the conclusion of the problem, what can you say about the p-value? The p-value, because we failed to reject the null hypothesis, the p-value is greater than or equal to alpha, and alpha in this case is 0.01. So what we can conclude here is that our p-value, PV, is greater than or equal to 0.01. So we don't know what it is. That's not what the problem is asking us. What the problem is telling us is that it has to be bigger than 0.01. Okay, that's it for problem number 4.